Hey everyone, welcome to this video. I'm Explorer123 and this is going to be a book themed video. So for those of you that don't already know, I am a bookworm. I love reading. I read every single day and I read all different types of books, all different genres, etc. And normally when I do book related videos, I feature kind of more than one book at a time. So it's a book haul, where I show new books that I've purchased, or it could be like my reading wrap up where I talk about books that I've read. But now and again, certain special books come along where I do a video with just that one book. Like, I like to focus and concentrate on just that one book, kind of, give it that personal attention it quite rightly deserves. And also I get to recommend a certain book to my viewers if I really think that you'll like it. And I honestly think you're gonna not just like this book, but I love this book. This book is so good. So do you want to find out what book I'm raving about? Of course you do. Otherwise, what's the point of watching this video? So the book is here. It's called Razorblade Tears, which I'm not going to give any spoilers, by the way, in this video, but let's just say that title is perfect. It's such a great title, and it's by the one that only S A Cosby, and this is the English cover. This is the cover we have here in England. I think there's a different cover in America and stuff, but this is our cover. This is the hardback version as well. This book was just so good. Like, literally, I really enjoyed it. I literally got it done like 2 days because I couldn't put it down. One of the nights I was so freaking tired, but I couldn't stop reading because I just had to know what happened. So I was sitting there like half asleep, turning the pages. But it was just brilliant. It was really brilliant. So let me tell you about it. As I say, I don't like doing book related videos and giving any spoilers away because I can't stand spoilers myself when I watch people, in booktube videos. So I have to be really careful when I'm doing this kind of review of not giving any spoilers away, okay? So let me tell you what it's about. Okay, a black father, a white father, 2 murdered sons, a quest for vengeance. Ike Randolph left jail 15 years ago with not so much as a speeding ticket since, but a black man with cops at the door knows to be afraid. Ike is devastated to learn that his son Isaiah has been murdered, along with Isaiah's white husband, Derek. Though he never fully accepted his son, Ike is broken by his death. Derek's father, Buddy Lee, was as ashamed of Derek being gay as Derek was of his father's criminal past. But Buddy Lee, with seedy contacts deep in the underworld, needs to know who killed his only child. Desperate to do better by them in death than they did in life, 2 hardened ex-cons must confront their own prejudices about their sons and each other as they rain down vengeance upon those who hurt their boys. Wow. So that's what it's about. And I tell you, honestly, it was so good. It felt like a film playing out in my mind. I mean, this book would be fantastic as a movie. Like, seriously, I would so watch a film of this book. I've never read anything by S A Cosby before, so I've heard lots of really good things about his books and stuff and his writing. And I actually heard about this book on, it's a website that they'd done this article about 7 thrillers that you should read this summer, and some of them I'd already read. A couple of them I was like, don't know if they're my cup of tea. But when I read about this one, I was like, yeah, that sounds really interesting and something very different than I've read before, which I love, kind of stepping out of my comfort zone a little bit sometimes. But there's just so much to say about this book, and it's really difficult because I don't want to give spoilers, but there's so much going on in this book. Obviously, you've got that kind of revenge thing, the quest to get revenge for their boys who have been killed, but they're so very different. Like, the beginning of the book, they don't know each other, and they kind of meet at the funeral of both of their sons, like a joint funeral, and they're just literally from different walks of life. Like, they're so different in every way, and there's a kind of weirdness at first between them, but without giving a spoiler away, as the book goes on, they do forms a friendship. And anyway, don't want to tell too much, but I really love the fact that at first they weren't really understanding of how to be towards each other. They didn't think they had anything in common really, but the more they get to know each other, they do realise that yes, we're different, but we're also similar in some ways, and they've been through similar things in their lives, which kind of bring them closer together as friends, and what they're doing in this quest to get this revenge. But it's not just dealing with the revenge, which I did enjoy the kind of them two kind of going round, different characters they were meeting along the way on their journey to discover, you know, who had killed their boys. And, you know, they met this one, and then that would take them on a different lead. Then this lead would take them to another person. And all of the characters that they were meeting were quite interesting, and the scenarios which played out were interesting. But yeah, it's not just about that. It's more than a thriller. It also deals on like emotional stuff as well. It deals with homophobia. Like they openly admitted that they weren't very good and very supportive of their sons when they both come out as gay to them. And I think a lot of it is where they're kind of looking back and thinking, I wish I wouldn't have treated him like that. I wish I wouldn't have said this. I wish I could have done differently what I did. And, you know, as they're doing this revenge thing, they're also kind of dealing with their own kind of personal demons as well, of how they treated their sons and wanting to kind of right a wrong of how they were before. So it deals with sexuality, it deals with grief. You know, these two guys have just lost their sons, and obviously not just grief, but they've also got this real, like both of them have got this real guilt about how they treated their sons when they were alive. And, you know, they didn't think that they lived up to the father roles very well, kind of thing. So it's not just normal grief, which is bad enough, it's grief mixed with guilt as well, and so much anger of someone, you know, killing their boys. But I mean, the characters, I really love both of the characters. Yes, they were kind of bad boys in the past and, well, present as well. But anyway, but yeah, they are bad boys, but there's something really, like, I don't know, so emotional about them. Like, you really get to, for me anyway, I really got to connect with them and just kind of, I don't know, understand them and hear what they were feeling and stuff when I was reading the words. And as I say, both characters are completely different, but they're similar in some ways as well. I also really love the connection they had with their families as well, like their wives and ex-wife. Is it Ike? His wife is, you know, quite a strong woman, but obviously she's in turmoil, she's heartbroken, her son has been murdered. They've had to like take care of the little girl that the two guys had together, so they've now become like instant kind of parents again, or grandparents. But their relationship is kind of like, you can just feel the love and the strength between them. And then the other character, Buddy Lee, his ex-wife is with someone else and stuff, but like they're still, I don't know, they're kind of like, there wants to be this anchor between them, but you can tell that there's still that chemistry, there's still that connection there. But there were parts of this book which were just so emotional, like, I can't even begin to say like how emotional this book. Normally when I read a thriller, it's exciting, it's fast-paced, which, you know, by the way, this was very fast-paced, very, like, you know, in the moment, very exciting and gripping. But I don't really get emotional reading thrillers. I just, you know, I turn into a detective when I read a thriller. But this one, it just gave me the feels. Like, it gave me so much emotion. And there was just some points in the book where I literally had tears in my eyes, because it was just so touching and so beautifully wrote. Like, you know, the writing in this book, I honestly can't wait to read more books by this author, because wow, he is an amazing author. And, you know, this, as I say, this is the first book I've read by him, and I would, you know, 100% read more. The other book that he's done, which is like quite raved about, is Blacktop Wasteland, which I have heard some things about as well. So, you know, look, I think that'll probably be the next one I check out from him. But yeah, he's just such a great author. There's a quote here. William Shakespeare, "My drops of tears I'll turn to sparks of fire." I just love this book so freaking much. Honestly, I really recommend that everyone checks it out. It's not just your normal type of thriller. It's so much more. And you know, these two characters are just so good. They're so, well, they're bad, but they're good, if you know what I mean. But they're just so, I don't know, like, I really felt, as I say, like, I got to know them, I got to feel their pain, I got to, you know, just live what they were going through as such. And, you know, if a book makes me really feel like it's real kind of thing, it's just, you know, so well wrote. So we've got some quotes here on the back from different authors and stuff, and some newspapers. We've got Lee Child, who says sensationally good. Mark Billingham says stunning, superb, fantastic. You know, it's, oh, this is nice, from the Daily Mail. A voice as stark and distinctive as Elmore Leonard's, and a humanity that touches the soul. Wow, this is great. I love reading quotes on the backs of books. Yeah, maybe I'm a total bookworm geek nerd, but I love reading quotes and stuff. But honestly, if you're looking for a new book to read, it's, you know, just amazing. And I hope they do turn it into a movie. Like, that'd just be so wow. And it is one of these books, as I say, that is so like gripping. I could not put it down. Each time I get to the end of a chapter, I just wanted to get on to the next chapter, because I just found it just so exciting, and I just needed to know what happened. I was really invested in this book. I devoured it. And also, you know, it dealt with a lot of like prejudice as well, like the whole, there was race related issues in this book. There was just so much, like, I can't even begin, like, there was just so much going on, but it all kind of tied in nicely, and it all dealt with these really important issues in one book. And as I say, the characters were just fantastic. The scenarios which took place on their kind of, you know, look for revenge were just so well written and exciting. The ending I did not see coming at all, and I was like, what? So I love books when I read them and there's that kind of twisty ends, you know, you don't see it coming, and I didn't see certain things happening. It was just fantastic. So if you want a book that is a thriller, if you want a book that deals with issues of race, of sexuality, of grief, of guilt, of family, of, you know, love, and you know, also a bit of obviously revenge and anger, pain, like, really, this book is just something else. It's so good. Obviously on Goodreads I gave it a 5 stars out of 5. Had to be. Couldn't have been anything less than a 5-star read. So there we go. That is the end of this video. I didn't want it to be like a major long video, but I just really wanted to take the time out to talk about it really quickly and recommend it to all of you lovely bookworms out there. And also a big thank you to lovely S A Cosby, because he followed me back on Twitter, and I am a bit of a nerd in the way that I get really excited about authors and stuff when they like my tweets on Twitter, reply to my tweets. When they follow me back, wowza, I'm like doing a happy dance. So thank you so much for following me. If you're watching this video, if you're not, it's a bit awkward now, but thank you anyway. But yeah, like, seriously, go follow him on social media, go check out his books, especially this one, because it's amazing. And yeah, that's the end of the video. Let me know in the comments section down below if you've been watching any good sorry, you've been reading, not watching, if you've been reading any good books lately, and if there's any books coming out you're excited for. I don't even know where to begin. Like, there's so many books that I'm excited for that I've got on pre-order and stuff. I think if I had to put one at the end of this video that I'm most excited about coming out soon, I've got it on pre-order, is the new one by Helen Wecker, which is the sequel to The Golem and the Djinn. The Golem and the Djinn is like one of my favourite books of all time, so the fact that there's a sequel, very excited. I think it's called The Hidden Palace, if I remember rightly, but yeah, it's her sequel, so I'm really excited about that. But yeah, okay everyone, thank you for watching. Please click like, comment, share, subscribe. Don't forget I am on Goodreads. If you want to come and follow me on there, you can see what books I've read, want to read, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, the link is down below. Also down below the links to all of my social media, so come and follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and see me looking stupid, dancing, lip syncing on TikTok. So yeah, all right everyone, thank you for watching, and please go buy, read this book. This here book is amazing. A 5-star read from me, Minx Laura 123, Razorblade Tears. Okay everyone, thanks for watching. Bye.